We're back in this extended series of music reviews. This is part 2. We've done 16 songs. We're on to number 17, which is number 59 out of 75. And let's just get into it. Number 59 is Could Have Been Me by the Struts. This song is from 2016, which means it's automatically good. The best year in human civilization on record. But it brings me back to earlier, because it's kind of more 2012 era. It reminds me of the Imagine Dragons Katy Perry-esque structural. So my computer crashed in the middle of that review. But it's fine. Yeah, that was number 59. In the number 59 spot Could Have Been Me, Struts. Nothing else to say there. That's, solid. Shake it out. Shake. Okay, to me, number 58 spot, Shake It Out by Florence plus The Machine. I don't know what it is. These 59 and 58 spot are not that similar, but to me they're the same song. Shake It Out and Could Have Been Me. Shake It Out is a little better, I think, because the vocals are more interesting. This song's from 2011, which seems fairly appropriate, but the reason this is the same song as the previous song is because they're both cathartic release songs. They're just scream and punch the air for a little bit, and then you're good. Play it when you're frustrated, when you're mad, when you're sad. I don't know. That's what it is. It's Shake It Out. Regardless, at 234, I don't know what a hard pass filter is, but it sounds like that's what she's using. Like if the hard pass filter sounds like the word sounds like it should sound as a word, then that's not even a valid criticism. I mean, this song has a lot of energy and bravado and just all the things that I'm not feeling at this current moment, so I cannot give this review justice. But thankfully, I don't know who submitted it, so I don't know who I'm offending with not reviewing this song to its full potential. Sorry, lol. Next one, we have number 57 spot, Yikes by Nicki Minaj. Nicholas Menagerie. That was the joke that I wrote. I like the 808s in this, but clearly this is kind of a more minimal beat. I mean, you've only got 3 piano notes in the backing instrumental, really. You've got your drums, you've got your 808 kick, and there's also you've got her voice. And then you've also got this guy who's doing these very distant and faint ad-libs, like he's in a cave. The whole thing sounds like it's being recorded in a cave, to be honest. And once you have that image in your head, it's hard to shake. Now, like, for me, this song is like a Halloween song. Yikes, I mean, that's what you say to, like, a ghoulish apparition in your bathroom. The guy's ad-libs reverb, like, off of, like, 5 walls. It's like this. It's like we're in a cave, and then Nicki's going crazy over there in, like, the left alcove, and then around the corner in the stalactite section, we've got our ad-libbing man who's just kind of whispering these. It's like, go. Yeah. I don't know. That's ruined it for me. Number 57, Cave Song. Just type this in. I have to be typing these in before I start recording. White Rabbit. Is that plural? No. White Rabbit singular by the Jefferson Airplane on the album Surrealistic Pillow. What a mouthful that stuff is. So it starts with this cute little march drum and bass pattern. Can't go wrong with that. A lot of marching going on in the lower C tier for some reason. And then the guitar gets nice and smooth and real with it. Then I realize that this is from the new Matrix movie trailer, and it kind of ruins it for me. Song aside, the movie does not look great. And I'm supposed to talk about the music, but the lyrics are loaded with such heavy, like, Matrix-relevant metaphor that it's, like, impossible not to focus on it. The song actually predates the Matrix, so it's not really the fault of the song. It's kind of interesting how, they talk about 2 pills, they talk about the rabbit, and the Matrix is all about the Alice in Wonderland parallel. But let's just put that aside because it doesn't matter. The voice is great. The chords sound like a little Spanish bullfighter, but that's just the only reason I'm thinking that is because those are the same chords I used to play when we would do, like, the bullfighting revival show in our dorm. during study hall at school. But that's just, you know, my life experience interfering with my judgments here. But my judgments are constructed exclusively from my life experience, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, White Rabbit. Decent. It's decent. No complaints. We've got, in number 55, Burn the Empire by the Snuts. What a wonderful name. This is an interesting track. We have an opening monologue. I mean, this is just like, I don't know who the Snuts are. Burn the Empire is from, did recently actually, but this is like obnoxiously punk. The sample is like, when you educate people, they become dangerous. Which is true, I guess. But then it kicks in, guns blazing, going crazy in the paint, going ham, going wild, wildebeest in the African Sahara. I'm pretty 50-50 on British accents, but this one works well. I enjoy it. 215 march drums. Again, marching. A lot of marching. I don't know. People like to walk rhythmically at the bottom of C tier. But you know what this song is? I'll tell you what this is. This is the song that they play in the Rip Curl store. And like there's a surf edit playing in the background. It's like a mainstream like sponsor, like Billabong Rip Curl surf edit of the pro team. Just like shredding like Bali or something. That's what it is. This song was made for that. I think it's made to be played in the Rip Curl store, which is not a great fate in my opinion. Titanium, which is a rap song, a hard rap song. You know who's by? You'll never guess the name. By Dave. What a horrible name. What a genuinely terrible rap name. Okay, I have nothing against Dave, but that is not the name. I don't know. Let's talk about the redeemable things. This is from a single track called Titanium and Mercury, and the two songs on it are Titanium and Mercury, and I like that. That's a good touch. You don't see that very often. Artists like to be very edgy and name their single something, and then the single's not named that. But Dave seems pretty down to earth, hence his name. To be honest, I don't really engage in British rap. I don't know if it's the flow or the rhymes they're throwing, but it doesn't matter because this is a great workout song. It came up while I was working out, and it worked out for me. And it feels like filler, really. It's what it is. I mean, it's listenable, but man, Dave, I don't know. I can get a name like Dave. Jeez Louise. Then we got 71/end credits, also by Dave. I had to put the Daves together. The piano sample in this song, it's pretty obnoxious. I mean, the drums are not very nice either without the reverb. But when Dave comes in, it's a lot more listenable. He, you know, his soothing voice calms everyone. The 808s in this song are nuts. They're great. Yeah, these 808s are sliding. The bass is sliding around like it's an ice rink, dude. It's awesome. Super great. You know, he doesn't want to retire at 71. Clearly, I got the message. 332, there's a beat switch to this calming guitar, muffled drums, which is the second half, the end credits portion of the song. And then he just spills his unending gratitude. And in the end, he calls a family member. I assume it's his mom, but I can't really hear. And, you know, it's all just very wholesome. And, you know, I'm not supposed to talk about the lyrics again, but, you know, he sounds like a humble guy. You're not going to be a hard-ass rapper with the name Dave, you know what I mean? This track's better than Titanium, in my opinion. There's just more to it. 71's fine. And end credits is just, there's just more interesting things to look at in 71 in credits over Titanium, and that's why it's ranked higher at spot 55. Oh, man, dude, there's so many songs. Sing for the Moment by Eminem from The Eminem Show. The album. There's never a TV show, I don't think. Eminem is a funny case because, you know, especially in this review series, in earlier reviews, I never really give him such a high rating. I owe Eminem, though, for being my gateway into the rap genre, into hip-hop. So, gotta give him some credit for it. His classic stuff is undeniably iconic and very influential, and he's probably one of the main reasons that rap and pop are fused the way they are today. I mean, think about just the stuff on the Eminem Show, on the Marshall Mathers LPs, both of them. I wouldn't say his recent stuff is that great, but, you know, he had his time, and he's made an impact, and you have to respect him for that. The power of this song kind of lies in the lyrics, and there's not really much for me to say because of that. I mean, it's a boom bap beat with guitar and bass undertones. There's string synths. There's a guitar solo around 4:45, oddly enough. I wonder who plays it. probably not Eminem. All in all, I mean, it's, you know, it's an Eminem track, and you listen to Eminem to listen to what he wants to say, not really for the music. That would be "Sing for the Moment" by Eminem. Is it better than the next one that I'm gonna? Is it better than the next song that I'm about to review? No, it's not, and you'll see why it's not better than the next song I'm about to review. Mundian To Bak K. I butchered that undoubtedly. It's in whatever language that is, Panjabi. I don't know. To the person that sent me this, you really are a Indian music connoisseur. I don't think this is the first time you sent me one of these kind of songs. But that aside, this is unironically a catchy song. Now you can see why, you know, this song is objectively better than "Sing for the Moment" Eminem. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I think this is a sitar, the plucked string ostinato on the bottom. I don't want to be like, I don't know what instrument that is off the top of my head, but it sounds like an Eastern plucked string. And then the bass notes shift between the root and the seventh below. And that's kind of interesting. I mean, that's like the root and the leading tone. That's, you know, that just gives it a little momentum. I mean, the leading tone obviously implies movements in the root, so that's just a dead easy way to ensure that your song has momentum. I know they don't use Western scales in India that much. I figure they did for this, though. Past 1 minute, there's not really much to discover, though. It gets a little more funky towards the end with some sample looping, disc scratching, and chants and drums and all that, but for the most part, it's 4 minutes of the same first minute. All in all, a very catchy track. Sorry, Eminem. It shouldn't be trolling like this, but it's not even bad. It's not even a bad track. It's listenable. If it came on, I would listen to it. It's catchy, okay? It's better than the Eminem's a little heavy sometimes. Comes off a little heavy-handed. This is a little more like a lotus floating in the wind. We have "Welcome to the Black Parade" by My Chemical Romance from their hit album, The Black Parade, from 2006. That's old. Everybody knows this song, I think, but I've actually never listened to it fully all the way through. And I did, because that's what I agreed to. And honestly, it's pretty damn good. It starts with you're gonna love it. It starts with a march motif. Another one of them. Just C tiers, just the I don't know. I was gonna make a joke, but it didn't come to me in time. It starts quite innocuously. March orchestration with snares and crashes and brass sections and all that stuff, and it's, you know, it's a little bit pure. And then at 1 minute, the guitar and the drums come in. And then it gets angry. The voice gets angry. It's pretty cathartically satisfying. 147, the drums come in, and then it really starts. I can't say this is bad at all. It's honestly really solid. I mean, if you hate on, like, My Chemical Romance and the emo stuff, and I mean, I can understand that because the fan mentality is a little bit overbearing. But I would listen to this and actually decide whether or not you like it, because it's not even that bad. It's not annoying. To be honest, I can't really hear the lyrics half the time, so I'm not really worried about what they're saying. But the way they say it's quite nice. That's the way the way he's singing it. The guy, the chemical romantic, the romantic chemist, Gerard Way. It's Gerard Way, the romance chemist, Gerard Way. You know, it's got his own style, and that style's been emulated quite frequently since then. You know, all in all, I mean, C tier is not a bad thing. It's just I had to pick an order, and C's a pass. You pass the class if you get a C. And, you know, it's listenable. It's definitely listenable. I would listen to this. And this is a good song, but there are songs that are better. Boom! Boom, boom. Hey Lover by the Daughters of Eve. This track is nice. It's got this compressed vocal fuzz on it that characterizes beach rock and old music in general. And I thought that this was from 2012 and it just sounds old, but it actually is old. It's from 1966. And it sounds oddly modern. At first I thought it was a modern song. I thought it was modern music. If you remastered this, it could actually pass as made very recently. Well, I guess you could say that about pretty much anything. I think the main charm of this, if you heard this in a fully remastered, that's what it means, remastered. Wow. Okay, if you heard this in a fully remastered, re-engineered version that sounded like it was modern, it probably wouldn't be as appealing. I think the fuzz is a big selling point for old music and kind of maintains this sense of nostalgia, and that's what this song is. It's nostalgic. It doesn't make sense because I wasn't alive, neither were you or anyone on this list for that matter, but you know what I mean. I don't know what number we're on. I think we're on number 51. But the math doesn't add up. I don't know. This is scary. I'm totally screwing this up. Dior, Pop Smoke, on his album Meet the Woo. Wow. This, everybody knows Dior. Everybody knows this. You know this song. I mean, anybody, yeah, come on, if you went to school, you know this song. If you don't live under a rock, it's arguably his most famous song. I mean, this guy's iconic, but he was iconic, you know, rest in peace. He's got this gravelly voice. He's kind of like a modern day Louis Armstrong. Actually, probably not like that at all, but what I personally love about this track, and the music in general, his drill, is the slide bass. That's the main feature, at least for me, that I think is such a cool innovation. It's not exclusive to Pop Smoke. It's kind of the staple of drill music, but the way that it's used by his producers and his beats is just particularly enticing. The sample is definitely like a sped up violin with a lot of... It's a violin and a piano with a lot of speed editing and chopping, and you know, that's all I really got to say about it. I don't even know, man. Like, it's interesting that almost the last minute of the song has no vocals whatsoever. It's just the producer's beat. It's just the beat. Maybe he's inviting the listener to drop a freestyle in that part of the song. Who knows? But that is a question we can never get the answer to. Number 111 in the world. Wow, lucky numbers. I have the memory of a goldfish. I think we're on number 51. If we're not, I'm gonna die. Mop, featuring Young Thug, on Gunna's relatively new album, 2022 release, DS Forever. I really love Young Thug, one of my favorite rappers right now, but only really exclusively on features. I've never listened to a Thugger album cover to cover in my life. I only listen to him on features, and that's just because I think his flows are only good on features. I think he adds so much to other people's songs, but on his own I just don't really listen to him, you know. But this is a Gunna track, and you know, Gunna's also great because his flow, I love it. I love his flow. I judge rappers by flow, not by lyrics, because if I was judging by lyrics, you know, it's poetry. I'd just read it. But the flow is the delivery. That's how it is adorned in the time frame that you listen to it. Flow for me is the most important thing, and both Gunna and Young Thug have spectacular flow. I've heard better Thugger features. The best Young Thug feature I've ever heard is probably on Chop It Don't Miss or Maria I'm Drunk. Gunna does go harder on this track, but the beat leaves a lot to be desired in my opinion. At 145 though, Young Thug comes back in with a better verse, and then is trading back and forth with Gunna, who retains his flow. The best thing about this is clearly then the chemistry on this track between Gunna and Young Thug, who have similar flows, it's different executions. Gunna's more laid back, very subtle. Young Thug's kind of got more vocal flexion and intonation. Is that a word? Flexion? Is that, wait, flexion? Yeah, okay, wow, awesome. I thought I just made that up. Boom. Let's get it. Anyway, yeah, Mop, Young Thug, that's good. You know, that's good. It's good.